Hi, it's Steve Gibson from the LaGrange Church of Christ, and I am once again, you guessed it, out of the pulpit. This week I want to talk to you about two very powerful words in the English language, and yet people are afraid to say them. Those words are, I'm sorry. They're powerful words, and you're like, well, that's a cute little minister thing you said there. But I'm being quite serious. If you can develop the ability to say, I'm sorry, then amazing things can happen in your life. I deal with a lot of people who have unnecessary difficulties in their life simply because they can't, or more precisely won't say, I'm sorry. There's a lot of reasons why people won't say I'm sorry, and sometimes they think that that reflects badly on them to admit they were sorry. They're afraid people are going to use it against them. They just have a natural urge to win, and they want to win at everything. There's a lot of different reasons. People can also be afraid if they say I'm sorry that there'll be consequences for that. Well, when it comes to the wider world, when it comes to legal affairs and things like that, maybe there are consequences for saying I'm sorry. But when it comes to interpersonal relationships, we should be blessed as the peacemakers. And what I've found is a lot of the times I end up hurting someone and I don't understand why I did. And it's not necessary for me to understand if I'm willing to meet them where they're at. Now, I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do. If somebody says, well, Steve, you were calling me a jerk, and if I wasn't calling them a jerk, I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do. But if someone does say that I did something to them, then I apologize for that. As Christians, we have to confess our sins. If we confess our sins to Christ, He'll cleanse us from our sins. Sometimes people go for years without talking, or couples get divorced, simply because someone got hurt, and all it would have taken was for the person who did the hurting to say, I'm sorry. In order to say I'm sorry, you have to make sure to follow a few rules. The first rule is, say, I am sorry for, and then say the thing that you did. When we're saying I'm sorry, we want to avoid being passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive, if you didn't know, means when you look like, or trying to make it look like you're doing the nice thing, but you're actually doing an angry thing. I'm sorry for laughing at your bald head. No, see, that doesn't work, because while you're apologizing for doing that, you're also kind of continuing to do it. So that doesn't count. Well, I'm sorry you're such a baby. Now, see, what you did there was you said, I'm sorry, but you pointed out what's wrong with me, not what's wrong with what you did. Well, I'm sorry you're so sensitive. No, again, you're not pointing out what you did wrong. You're pointing out what you think is wrong with me. And that's not an apology. Well, I'm sorry that offends you. A good apology doesn't include an if. It's just, I'm sorry that I made fun of you. Well, I'm sorry, but I was just pointing out that you got no hair on your head. No good apology contains the word but. And also, I already know what you did. That's exactly what it is that I didn't like. Well, I'm sorry I'm so bad at apologizing. Okay, now you're avoiding the apology by making it about you instead of about what you did to me. So I'm going to help you out. An apology should say what you're sorry for, why it was wrong, and what you plan to do differently. I'm sorry I made fun of the way you look, 'cause you're my friend, and I should say nice things to you rather than mean things. And I'm sorry, I won't do it again. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, thank you. Thanks, buddy. That was a great apology. So, if you thought this video was dumb or needless or over the top, well, you may be right, but it also could be that you're the one that needs to watch this video. Because having the ability to apologize to people, to take responsibility for your actions, because you're not a genius all the time. You're not the nicest person all the time. And you'd be surprised how much healing can be done, how much more people will like you if you're willing to just own up, take care of your business, be an adult, and move on. And as Christians, we shouldn't be afraid of taking responsibility for our actions because God's with us in the aftermath. And we're always blessed for admitting what we've done wrong, because if we can't admit what we've done wrong, how are we ever going to do better? And to make peace with other people, we have to be able to own up and at least acknowledge to them that what happened wasn't okay. And especially for our family members, our blood family members, and our Christian family members, we should always look to put the needs of the others before ourselves. And again, I'm not saying own up to something you didn't do, but I am saying own up to what you did do. And put their need for an apology above your need to not have a bruised ego. I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a good week, and I hope that you can maybe talk to some people you haven't talked to in a while. Until then, I hope we'll see you at the LaGrange Church of Christ here in LaGrange, Indiana. We are having live services in person on Sunday with masks until you get to your seat. Then you can take your mask off once you're a safe distance from other people. So we really would love to see you on Sunday at 10:30. And until then, I will see you next week when I am yet again out of the pulpit. Thanks. Bye.